do do, baby shark, do 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 do. I don't know why that suddenly stuck in my head. So, hello everyone. Have an earworm. So, considering this went really well the last time I tried to do story time with Joe, I thought I would give this game another go. And try not to fall asleep this time. So nothing wrong with the game, I just was rather tired last time I did it. And I fell asleep. So, this is Cinders. Cinders is a retelling of Cinderella, obviously, Cinderella story. But you get to make some choices, so you get to sitting on a cushion, it was uncomfy. You get to decide how the story goes. It is a visual novel developed by MoaCube and published by Crunching Koalas, which came out in August. I'm a bit delayed on this one. So we made our first crucial choice on Christmas Eve, after we'd given blood, and we were a little tired, so we didn't manage to get massively far. I believe, hang on, I need volume. Oh, that's so we unlocked a flower which appeared on her dress. Thanks for the hosts, Alkesh, Leaky, and SK, and also hi, Alkesh, and Eldstar, and Mr. Cornus. Wow! Hello! I'm having a gangs all here type moment. Is that music too loud? So I think I might need to turn that down. Right, I don't have an option to turn it down. Thanks to the host, yes. I think I'm just gonna, let me just get the... Sorry. Yeah, it was looking a bit loud. Hopefully that's a bit better. Thanks, Alkesh. Yeah, it might not be as loud when we get in game, but it was like, whoa, that bar was getting quite big. So yes, so we... So I think we went to... Did we try and follow someone the previous night? I know that we discovered... Oh, and thanks to the host, Mr. Corners. I know we discovered that our stepmother was, like, selling jewellery. And we've had some stuff with the prince trying to find love. Ooh! Thank you for the follow, Phantom Rook. Awesome. I've never had a stream start so vigorously, shall we say. That's not the right word, but yeah, everyone seems to be here. Or people seem to be here right from the very start. It's cool. And oh, thanks for the follow, Spinal Clark. Spinal. Person. Yeah, okay. Right, so I'm just thrown by the fact that usually not quite so many people are here at the very start of my stream, so yes. Okay. Now I've got to remember what voices I did. I don't remember what voices I did, so I'm just going to do new voices. I feel like I slept a while. That's strange. It looks like it's late morning, but no one came to wake me up. Again, I wonder why. I had such a strange dream last night. It felt more real than any I've ever had before. I wonder what it meant. I suppose time will tell. Time to get up and see what the day has in store for me. Probably more trouble. Strange. No one's in the main hall. I wonder where everyone went. Normally, Carmosa would be all over the place handing out orders to everyone. She went somewhere on business. She definitely went before leaving. Where are all the girls anyway? I'm just trying to think whether I've just ended up accidentally restarting the entire game, which is fair enough, or that because it said you've seen this scene before, or whether it just when it saved, it just saved a few scenes before. So if I suddenly go, oh, we've seen this whole section, no, because I think it started and we got to pick why we were up late and we've been reading a story. So I think we should be okay. Right, which one was Gloria? Would you just shut up and listen to me just this once? Why should I? You're not the lady of the house, so stop acting like it. I'm not taking orders from you. Oh no, not this again. And here I was hoping that everyone had just disappeared. I'm surprised though. The voices are coming from Carmosa's study. Thought it was off limits. I better check it out. Oh no, this is definitely new. We've not been in here before. Whoa, why do they look like they're on fire? I'm not taking any orders from you. You shouldn't even be here in the first place. Then tell me who you think should be in charge of the house right now. I don't see anyone more qualified. Wow, so this is what Carmosa's private study looks like. A bit barren compared to when it was Father's room. Did she have to get rid of everything that was even remotely pretty? Did she hate it that much, or did she just need the money that badly? What are you doing here? I could ask you the same thing. Isn't this place off limits to everyone? Oh, Gloria's just on one of her delusional power trips. Why else would she be here? Shut up, you little... Hang on, what's going on here? Where's Carmosa, anyway? Who knows? She left early this morning without saying much, and now Gloria is distraught. She left for business, and she said she'd be back in 2 days. It happens, and I'm not distraught. I'm merely trying to maintain order while Mother is away. So this is definitely, we picked up where we left off. Okay, so that's weird. The stepmother's gone away on business. Obviously something to do with this weird necklace thing. But yes, so it's Thursday already. I'm not quite sure how it got to be Thursday already. I mean, I'd ask how everyone is. I mean, I am interested, but I figure, you know, it's been a pretty shit week. So, yeah. So hopefully everyone is holding up. And welcome to the stream. Hopefully we'll have a vaguely relaxing story time with Joe. With silly voices and all. Of course, I wasn't tired until I sat down. I don't know what it is about this seat that just makes me want to yawn. I don't remember Mother leaving you in charge. Shouldn't it go without saying? Who else would be capable? All you're good for is foolish commentary. Oh, of course. Only Gloria is capable of anything. How did I not see that before? Both of you stop arguing right now. I think we're trying to get Sophia on our side. I think Sophia's the one on the left. Sophia has a point, Gloria. You're claiming leadership when no one ever even asked you to. Carmosa didn't appoint someone. Doesn't that mean she didn't find it necessary to leave anyone in charge? Maybe she thought we'd actually be able to handle ourselves for 2 days. This is a rare chance. Replace the sofa with a basic stool? No, never. Never. And also, hi, Leaky. Yeah, no, it's not necessarily that it's comfortable. Oh, it's just some weird psychosomatic thing. But yes, maybe she thought we'd actually be able to handle ourselves for 2 days. This is a rare chance. We're free of her rule for a little bit. We should enjoy it instead of arguing about it. You see, even Cinders figured it out. With Carmosa gone, we're getting a break. Don't have to ruin our fun with your sad imitation of her. Hi, Paul. Do not go in to the office, Paul. 4 people have tested positive, then you need to stay at home. That's my side-eye look. Maybe we should start talking about food again. That always works. Just pretend the rest of the world doesn't exist. No, but his health is vulnerable. And plus, you know, if people in the office have been infected, then they need to do like a deep clean, and everyone needs to isolate because, you know, sensible. Plus, we're in a lockdown. Everyone that can work from home should be working from home. We know you can work from home because they finally got you your stuff for. You should not be going into the office. It's dangerous. Ugh. Just randomly scraping at the inside of my teacup, and it's like, oh, we should just give that a good wash. It's got a nice patina of old tea. But it's kind of gross. That imitation of her. Both of you are hopeless. Your rebellious behavior is exactly why someone needs to take charge. But I suppose I can't stop you. Go ahead and have your fun if you're so smart and responsible. Cut it out! Aren't we ignoring the more important matter at hand? Why on earth did Carmosa leave so early without saying anything? Doesn't that seem suspicious? It's not as if Mother ever tells us anything. Even we don't know what she does. If she thought we needed to know, she'd tell us. She'll be back in 2 days, and that's it. Do you think this has anything to do with that strange man who came by yesterday? All I know is that it's none of our business. Now, if neither of you are going to help me, get out of here and leave me alone. Let's get out of here, Cinders. Our audience with Her Majesty is clearly over. And there you have it. No matter what you tell Gloria, she insists on being in charge. Yes. That is an insult to all frontline medical staff and people who work in the, you know, the food delivery and food supply, what am I saying, supermarkets and like grocery stores and stuff. Yeah, they're actually frontline. If you can do your job from home, you should do your job from home is the rule. Key workers are physically not able to do their job from home. If you can do your job from home, you're not a key worker. That's just... Blah. 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 Report them. Do what Reese said and report them. Yeah, but you can still do your job from home, Paul. Report them. It's got to be illegal. They're putting your health at risk. You know, do you want to be in the hospital again? Because, you know, you could die this time. Because they're full. Overcapacity. You know, we are literally the most infected country in the world. This is not, you know, there's no... They're just being selfish and ignorant and just downright dangerous. And thank you for hosting the channel, Dave. Welcome to my rant on stupid, selfish people. Yes, but you could have died last time, and if it had been this time last time, you probably would have died because they wouldn't have had the bed for you to use. So don't go into the office. Make a stand. Ring the union. Ring the health department. Whatever you have to do. Just do not go into the office. Well, what do you plan on doing with your day? Sure, I might go into town. There are a few things I've been meaning to do. Good luck getting Gloria's permission for that. You'd be better off just sneaking out on your own. You mean you won't tell her if I go? Why would I do that? I want no part in Gloria's delusions of power, and I don't care what you do. Maybe sneaking out is a good idea. Then I'll think about it. I'm hungry though. I need to eat first. About that. I already made breakfast. You can have some if you like. You made breakfast for me? I cooked for myself already, and making extra for you was no trouble. Thank you. That was very kind of you. I wouldn't read into it too much. I only did it because it was easy. Ah, of course. Well, thank you anyway. Breakfast was lovely. It's so much more relaxing and peaceful when Carmosa is away. The rest of every day could be like this. I guess that's just a silly dream though. I wonder what I should do today. Definitely be the perfect day to go into town. Talk with that woman, Madame Gade. Go see Tobias. I'm especially curious to know what was going on that night when I saw him. Tobias has some explaining to do, and this time he won't get away. Well, there's no sense in waiting around. I should get going. So Tobias is her friend that owns a shop and did some weird, shady deal with her stepmom. And some weird dude that then got drunk and ended up in the woods and then heard the prince saying that he was looking for love. Or looking for a wife. I wonder if I should tell Gloria that I'm leaving. She'd be angry if she found out later. Sneak out? Sneak out, totally. Well, if she's angry, that's her own problem. Besides, if I told her, she'd probably forbid me to leave anyway. She'd probably skip out on the joy of speaking with her. Sneaking out, I see. I knew you would. Gloria will be angry with me either way. What difference does it make? Oh, you don't have to tell me that. You really won't tell Gloria I've left? Are you joking? I've had enough of her for today. I don't even want to talk to her about anything. Besides, she'll notice soon enough. She's not stupid. And once she notices, she'll be angry. I'll look forward to it. Take care and have fun in town. There's no way you'll be able to have fun here, after all. Thank you, Sophia. I'll be back as soon as I can. See, we're just trying to befriend this sister. I don't think the other sister's gonna like me. I'm gonna go to the forest first. Did we bring a present? I'm lucky that Carmosa's gone. I can do anything I want for once. Today is so beautiful. I hear birds singing and the freedom makes me feel so alive. A strange dream I had last night. It said I should go to the lake. It seems silly, but it did feel different from a normal dream. Was it really someone speaking to me? Well, even if it wasn't real, I could at least take some time by the lake to relax. I thought we were supposed to bring a present. The lake is as beautiful as I remember it. Though I have to admit, I'm a little bit disappointed. I guess I was really hoping that someone would be waiting here for me. Well, the voice in the dream asked me to bring a gift, and that's what my father would do too. Leave a gift. Let's be honest, I came here because of that dream. I might as well leave a gift like I intended. I think I'll gather some wildflowers and wrap them in my shawl. A beautiful bouquet should be a nice gift. I'll just place it by this tree. Nothing's happening. Well, I don't suppose I was expecting anything anyway. It must have just been a dream. In the end, real life is more exciting than dreams and fairy tales. For instance, this place is so tranquil and beautiful. Even if it's not magical, I feel so at peace. I just want to lie down in the grass, close my eyes and let my problems drift away. Actually, that sounds like such a good idea right about now. This is my day to do what I please with. If I want to take a nap, I will. Though preferably not in the middle of trying to read the game not in the middle of a stream like I did last time. That was really embarrassing. I just nodded off. This looks like a good spot. I'll just lie down here. I don't know whether it's a good thing that we're getting flowers on that branch at the top right. Oh. You can't see it because it's underneath my angel. But there's a little branch that comes down like a saving icon thing and it's got flowers. It could just be the saving icon. But it could also be like a story branching thing like it did on Life is Strange. It had the wolves running in different orders depending on which you branched. But anyway, it's a branching story. It changes based on the choices we make, which is cool. That's strange. Everything's so quiet. The wind is picking up so suddenly. Did the wind just call my name? Who's there? No one's there. I suppose it was just the wind playing tricks on me. Creepy. Wind. Then who are you? Who am I speaking with? You are speaking with us, naturally. But I don't see anyone. How can you not see us when you're everywhere around you? I don't understand. How do you even know my name? No. You left gifts for us, just as your mother and father did before you. Surely you know us. You wouldn't leave us gifts if you didn't know who they were for. So you're fairies. Am I dreaming? Right now you tread the delicate line between sleep and wakefulness. Soon you'll be falling asleep. Makes sense, I guess. Well, what do you want from me? We have no desire for anything from you. You're the one that's desire. Do you not? I suppose so. Do I get a wish or something? If it's the right wish, then yes. Then I wish for... The time is not yet right, Cinders. Do not worry. When the moment comes, you will know and the lake owes you a favor. I'm not sure I understand. I get a wish, but only when you say it's okay? That's a bit convoluted. It would if you were away, but here, in between wakefulness and dreams, it is as it should be. You are leaving now, but we'll meet again. Wait, I'm leaving? Where? What do you mean? Goodness, I must have dozed off. No wonder. The atmosphere here is so relaxing, it's hard not to sleep. Does this mean the voice of the fairies was just a dream? Well, even the fairies themselves admitted that I was dreaming. Dream know that it was just a dream? It felt real enough, and the gifts I've left had disappeared. Must have been real. It didn't feel exactly like a dream. There was something very tangible about it, in a strange way. I should probably be more scared than I am, but I feel wonderful. Maybe I should ask Madame Guide about this when I get a chance. She seems knowledgeable about things like this. She's a witch after all. I better get going now. There's still a lot to do. I hope I'll have a chance to come and take another nap here someday. Market day is clearly over. The streets are so much emptier now. That's just fine with me. I've still got plenty of things I can do, like visit Tobias. But first I need to see if I can find Madame Guide's shop. She seemed to know a lot about Mother and I. I'm curious to learn more. I don't have a clue where her shop is though. I'll have to ask around. Well, here I am. It was quick. It's the first time I'm here, but this place wasn't hard to find. It really stands out. I don't see Madame Gide anywhere. Is she out? Just look at everything here. Skulls, candles. I don't even know what that is. I wonder if I should have come. Don't touch anything. Ah! You surprised me. Oh, child, it's you. I mistook you for one of those mindless townfolk. It's impossible to even leave for lunch without one of them coming in and breaking something. Then why do you do it? I have to eat sometime, right? I mean, why do you leave your store open? Doesn't it attract thieves? These people might be clumsy. They won't take any risks if they don't have to. Especially when it involves stealing from a witch. But earlier you said you're not a witch. Did I? Well, what I am hardly matters. What matters is what people believe of me. It's most helpful. I think I understand what you mean. Of course you understand. You're a bright girl, just like your mother. That's what I wanted to talk to you about. You act like you know Mother, but I don't remember you. I did know your mother, not as well as you'd like. I know you too. How did you two meet? A few months before you were born, your mother had some health problems. She came to me for help. I wouldn't say we were close friends, but I learned many of her secrets. I see. Can you tell me what Mother was like? I only know of her from what Father told me. Oh, I have nothing but respect for her. She was a strong and clever woman who wouldn't settle for the boring life that was expected of her. She was ambitious, motivated, and she always knew how to get what she wanted. How strange. Father always spoke of her as if she was an angel, humble, caring, a hopeless romantic. Oh, is it that strange? Those aren't conflicting descriptions? Can't a woman be smart, independent, and still want to be a good mother and wife? Indeed. She was also practical and brilliant at business, better than your father, to be honest. Wow, I never knew. With everything Father said, she seemed more mythical than anything else. Truly, you know, you're rather similar to your mother. The two of you have the same spark. How do you know? It might be true, but how would you know that? Even if you did know Mother, you hardly know anything about me. Well, you sure are a clever one. It's true I don't know you well, but I've observed you recently. Aww. Reese is currently picking an animal friend by the looks of it. Someone tell him to pick the purple one. But I've observed you recently. Observed me? I should be comfortable with that. I'm sorry, I just wanted to know how my friend's daughter was faring. And it was impossible to just go visit you. Is that Carmosa's doing? Ah, Lady Carmosa. Your father always was attracted to extraordinary women. He may have had a good heart, but he was still disconnected from reality. Without your mother's guidance, he would likely have lost his title and fortune in no time. Carmosa also has the brains and ambition necessary to manage his estate. She's an excellent choice for his second wife and an incredible person. Ugh, I beg to differ. I beg to differ? I could describe Carmosa in several ways, but incredible isn't one of them. You're not looking at the bigger picture. You might be justified in hating Carmosa, but you should still respect her. She couldn't get to where she is now by worrying about being liked. She knowingly put her family's status before her own happiness. That's not an easy choice. Yes, but there's a difference between being ambitious and being abusive. And exploitative. Don't try to make excuses for actions. You can dress it up, but Carmosa is still a bad person. She's not doing anything for her family if all her daughters are miserable because of her. I appreciate that she's ambitious and independent, but she should do it without inspiring hate or hurting people. I suppose that's where we differ, child, who still live with such an outlook. Life is not a fairy tale. You won't always be able to be so idealistic. Still, I suppose I can't stop you from aiming for the sort of life you want. You only live once, after all. By the way, how are Carmosa's daughters? Are you getting along? Not bad. Well, I assume you can imagine how Carmosa's daughters would be. They keep me at arm's length. They're troubled, confused, hurt, and they often hide behind cruelty or cynicism. But underneath all that, they're just normal girls. I think as they mature, our relationship will get better. I only hope that with time, they'll be able to free themselves from Carmosa's toxic influence. I just suggested Ray's name is Pet Perp Dude, because that's a purple dude. Purple thing. He's naming it Perp Dude. Well, I mean, I could have said Bob, but I think we already have a Bob. Yeah, it's been a shit week, but hopefully Storytime is helping, at the very least, hopefully helping people sleep, and that, you know, you're not doing, you know, too badly considering. Yeah, let's draw a line under it, and if people want to have a natter about like cute animals and video games and food, we like talking about food, then, you know, let's try and have a break from the world. Or, you know, fairy tales, superheroes, that sort of thing. Any good books? Anyone read any good books lately? It's always a good conversation. I finally got round to finishing trying to finish off the Terry Goodkind Sword of Truth series, because he ended it and then he did like a whole new arc, and I've read 3 of the 4 books, so I've got 1 more left, and it's just like death to the protagonist all over the place. But it's like the protagonist can't die, all the entire world dies, and there's 1 more entire book left, so he'll have to somehow be resurrected. So I don't know, but it's good. If you've not read the Sword of Truth books by Terry Goodkind, then I definitely recommend like starting at the beginning and just reading maybe the original series. There are like 7. I don't know, there's like 12 of them now, I think, but if you read like the original lot, and stop before Chainfire, Confessor, whichever is the first of that trilogy, because then it just gets weird after that. But I like a good fantasy book. I'm also listening to the audiobook of The Wheel of Time, Robert Jordan, which is... It's a long-winded series, but I actually really enjoy it. It's certainly kept me sane the past few nights. Yeah, it's still difficult to live with them. It seems that things are difficult for you. You're not very happy with your life these days, are you? You could say that. So what are you doing? What do you mean? If you don't like your life, then you have to be the one to change it. Otherwise, anything you say is just whining. I definitely want my life to change. Then what's your plan? I wait for my chance. I have to learn more. I have to learn more, I think. I don't really have a plan yet. Why not? Are you expecting things to just work themselves out? Of course not. It's just that I don't know enough to form a real plan. I don't want to act rashly. I get the feeling there's a lot more going on that I don't know about. Palmosa is acting strangely. If I could figure out what she's up to, maybe I could use that to my advantage. I'm also wondering if I could find a way to reclaim the estate from her. Somehow, I'm my father's only daughter after all. There's almost always a way to bend the law to your will. It might not be very kind, though. Anyway, it doesn't seem like you have a very clear idea of what you want yet. I promised your mother that I'd help you, and I will, but you yourself will need to know what you want first. And see me once you're ready to move forward, and we'll talk about your options. Did you really promise your mother you'd help me? Of course I did, girl. I have no reason to lie about that. We must get going now, though. Wait! I still have so many questions. I have a lot of work to do, I'm afraid. I can't afford any disturbances. I'm sure we'll have another chance to talk. I'll do my best to answer your questions then. You remind me so much of your mother, and I'm sure that you'll be just fine. Thank you. Goodbye. Take care, girl. I must admit that I don't know what to think about Madame Guide after we talked. Can't tell when she's being serious or sarcastic. She's giving me advice or just mocking me. Or both. And maybe I'm just not used to acts of selflessness, but I get suspicious when someone outright offers to help me with all my problems. Makes me wonder if they didn't have some hidden agenda, especially if it's the town witch. Looks like my mother was quite special to make such interesting acquaintances. A witch? Still, she seems genuinely interested in helping me. Can I really be picky here? I won't be forgetting the conversation we just had anytime soon, that's for sure. Where should I go now? It's getting late. I probably only have enough time to stop by one more place. I could go to have a little talk with Tobias in his store. I wouldn't mind heading to the inn either. I'm sure it would be fun. So where should I go next? Tobias. My, this place is as tidy as ever. Tobias really keeps the store in shape. You know, except for the wide open gaping window at the back. Speaking of Tobias. Cinders! I didn't expect to see you again so soon. This is a pleasant surprise. But I'm kind of lucky in that respect. Palmosa suddenly decided to leave for a few days. It must feel great to have some freedom. It does. I wish it weren't for such a short amount of time, but I enjoy what I have. Although I confess I'm envious of you, Tobias. You get to make your own decisions all the time. Well, I can't exactly say that. After all, my parents passed away when I was young, so the store was my only option. Right, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend you. It's fine. In the end, we just see the good portions of other people's lives without the hardships. We pick and choose what we want. People look happy, but they may be struggling inside. It's true. It seems like you've thought about this a lot. Maybe a little. Despite all the struggles, I'm happy with where I am in life, though. I wish you could find a path to the life you want as well. Although knowing you, wishes wouldn't be necessary. You're a bright girl, so it's only a matter of time. Thank you. I assume that you aren't here to listen to my life lessons. What brings you here? Be friendly. I was just in town and I wanted to pay you a visit. Maybe even listen to your words of wisdom. Ah, really? Why not? Whenever we speak, you have something thoughtful to say. Thoughtful? Are you sure it's something not more like pompous and self-inflated? Well, maybe a little bit of that too, but you're still a good friend and I can always count on you for advice. Well, you're welcome to it for what it's worth. I'm just happy we can still see each other. We're not children anymore, so it's harder these days. And in some ways we had more freedom back then. We definitely did. Especially when it came to seeing each other. That and getting away with pranks like hiding a dead rat in your nanny's shoe. Goodness, you remember that? How could I forget? The look on her face when she found it will always stay with me. I feel so guilty about it, but I still can't help but laugh when I picture it. Same here. Poor Nanny. She was such a dear. We got into so much trouble, but I still enjoyed myself. As did I. Well, I need to get going now. Gloria will have a fit if I don't return early. She's taking her role as house guardian very seriously. I can imagine. My sister has always been serious about anything. Everything. Gloria is not my sister. She's Carmosa's daughter. I apologise. I didn't mean to offend you. Anyway, I really need to get going now. Before you do, I wanted to ask you something myself. Yes, what is it? I've really enjoyed seeing you again. I missed our time together as children. But more than that, I miss our time together now as adults. You've changed to such an intelligent and beautiful woman. I was wondering if you'd like to dine with me tonight. I'd love to have more time to talk with you. Wait, are you asking me out? Yes, I am. What will you say? We might not have this opportunity after Carmel sort of turns. What do you think, chat? Should we date him? What do you think? Meh. Okay, she's not keen on dating him. Look at the paintings in here. But I feel like hanging around on the floor is not a good look for them. So he's our friend, childhood friend. I mean, he's offering to, I assume, treat us to dinner. Oh, we should. Lukesh isn't keen. I guess Matt is maybe a, I don't really have an opinion. So let's go with, let's have a date. I'd love to. Gloria might be angry if I return late, but I can hardly care about that. Wonderful, so it's a date then. Wait for me at the town square at dusk. I'll join you once I close up the shop. I'll be there. Take care, Tobias. I'll see you later, Cinders. The sun is already setting. I've spent the whole day in town, and what a day it was. I guess time flies when you're having interesting chats with people you normally have no chance to speak to. Oh, how I wish life was a fairy tale and I could do that every day. Yet, life is what it is, and I have never even been able to stay in town past sunset. When I was a child, I had to head back to the residence for safety. And then Carmosa entered the picture and took over. But even without her, I would have been a bit detached from the town's life. I might dress and work like every other girl here, but I still live in a mansion quite some distance from town. Maybe they're real friends here, said Tobias. I hear no news, no gossip. I really don't know what their life is about. Sure, my own life is safer and probably more luxurious. But I wonder what it would be like to live here. Be a normal town girl. Wake up to the sounds of life and excitement on the street. Get out of bed knowing a myriad of things await me when I walk out the door. But life goes by fast and an adventure might be around every corner. Then again, if some town girl looked outside the window right now and saw me, what would she think? She'd probably remember her own boring chores, the constant danger of hogwash flung from high windows to the streets. She would envy me. I really should head back home. Why did I agree to go out with Tobias again? It must have been out of my mind. If I do go out with him and get back late, Gloria will surely throw a fit. She does not look pretty when that happens. She'd bring a shield. A really big one to fend off all the insults she'd be aiming at me. Is Tobias thumb shields? Probably not. But he's a good friend, and that's a rare thing, at least for me. My life does not offer a lot of opportunities for friendship. Tonight I am also risking spoiling what I It's a bit too late for second thoughts, though. I've made the decision and I will have to deal with the consequences when they come. Might as well just sit on the bench here, relax and watch the sunset. Tobias is sure to finish work soon. A week ago, someone told me I'd be sitting in the town square waiting for a man. I never would have believed it. Ha! If a week ago, someone had told me I would consider Tobias a man. The same man that tried to bet everyone he'd eaten an earthworm and considered sneaking up and pulling other children's pants down a lot of fun. Oh, yet here I am, waiting for him. He would be here by now. You really should hurry up before I change my mind. Hello again, Cinders. I'm sorry to have kept you waiting. You should be. I should storm out here sulking. Why did I wait, I wonder? Because you want to spend the evening with a brilliant young man who offers an interesting, sparkling conversation? Oh, so you brought someone with you? Okay, maybe I deserve that, but please don't be mad. I have a very good excuse for being late. There was this fat man at my store. He had a big curved up moustache and he was really cute. He got stuck in your doorway, preventing you from going out, so you tried to pull him out and you huffed and you puffed, but he still stood there? I'm serious, there was an enormously large customer in my shop. He was picking chocolates and candies. He wandered around asking about this and that, unable to make any decision. He sampled every single edible thing I had for sale. Even then it took him what seemed like hours to make up his mind and choose the kind he wanted. I had to give him a discount, as fat as he was, to finally get rid of him and be able to come here. Oh, but how chivalrous of you to put me before your own profit. Always, milady. So how about that sparkling conversation you offered? What topic shall we begin with? Oh, I'm not a good interlocutor when I'm hungry. I don't know about you, but I'm starving right now. What'd you say about a trip to the inn? I know the place is a bit shady, but I know the owner, so we can be sure to find a free table. Hi, Dan. Sorry your internet's being poop. Yeah, infrastructure-wise, it doesn't seem to be holding up well, considering, you know, it's not like we've gone anywhere. You think they'd find some way to fix home internet. But, I don't know. I would also hope that it'd be fine at, 10 to 9. Oh, excuse me. But yes, welcome to Storytime with Joe. We're playing Cinders again and trying not to fall asleep. It's not the game's fault. Not the game's fault. It's totally me. What would you say about a trip to the inn? I know the place is a bit shady, but I know the owner, so we can be sure to find a free table. Your waist is so slim, I half expect you not to eat all and live solely on air and sunshine, but you simply have to try their ribs. So how about it? Sounds good. I'm glad to hear that. After you. Oh, that was an interesting game. Come on, let's find yourself a nice table. How about that one by the mantelpiece? It looks perfect. Tobias, see you alright? You seem a little pale. I apologise, Cinders. I'm just really, really hungry. Believe it or not, a busy day at the store can sometimes be as wearisome as chopping wood. Guess you could say that or carrying water from the well, or working stone at a quarry. I wouldn't know about the quarry, but water and wood all seem all too familiar to me. Of course, I'm sure they would. How silly of me to complain to you about hard work. I apologise. Stop apologising and order something before you faint, and force me to add carrying you back to your house to my list of chores. I should never be caught denying a request of a lady. Now let's get that meal. Where are my manners? You're my guest, so it's only proper if you order first. You're too kind, sir. Believe me, I'm not used to this kind of treatment, but I think I'm beginning to like it. As for the meal, I get what you're having. No time to lose if we want to save you from a certain death. You really shouldn't be eating supper this late, you realise. It's neither healthy nor polite. Oh, I see. This is about my not-so-chivalrous lack of punctuality. A knight really shouldn't be keeping his princess waiting, or he may end up feeling hungrier than the dragon. And finds himself eating the princess instead of marrying her? Oh my, that didn't come out right. They were. Just in time, the drinks are here. Please excuse myself while I drown myself and die of disgrace. Tobias, you really need to relax a bit. You seem to be even more nervous than I am. Besides, I have no reason to feel uneasy right now. Not only should I be home already, sleeping soundly in my bed like any decent lady should be at this hour, or helping the servants with their evening routine as I should be according to Carmosa, I also shouldn't be, oh, I don't know, playing a princess, I guess. You're referring to us going for a date? Because I'm not really sure I'm still following this fairy tale metaphor thing we got going on. Maybe we could start speaking more plainly from now on. Yes, Tobias, I'd like that. Even fairy tales shouldn't be too complicated. It's okay if you feel awkward. I mean, not in a bad way. We're not doing anything bad. I think I know what you're trying to say. It does feel strange to go out like this. I mean, we've known each other since childhood. Exactly. It's like one moment we're child playing guards and bandits, friends and fiends and fortresses, or dens and doctors. I don't think I remember that one. And now suddenly we're adults playing who know what. You're right, of course. But this isn't the point of being all grown up, being able to play games without anyone telling you to live in safety. Yeah. I guess we're not children anymore, and we can't do this the same way that we used to. Being nervous is only a sign that we're aware enough of what might happen, what might be already happening. Children are carefree due to ignorance, which we can no longer afford. A very keen observation, Cinders. I think you've managed to grasp exactly what's going on right now. Which isn't really surprising, since you're the one who's arranged the situation. I may not be as observant as you, and certainly not as good with words, but what I want to say is that I think... Oh, I don't know. Well, come on now you have to tell me, what is it? Alright, I got the impression that you've been flirting with me for the last few days. Now, I may just be a humble merchant, but reading people comes with the trade. Now, I specifically picked friendly, not flirty. Stupid men misinterpreting everything. And you certainly weren't this nice before. Not this kind of nice, anyway. I was just friendly. Dude. Tobias, I'm sorry I gave you the wrong impression, but I was just being nice and friendly. You really shouldn't read too much into it. Oh, I see. Don't get me wrong, I'm really glad we're here tonight. Having a good meal and company is not something I experience very often. But I didn't really plan for this to happen, if you know what I mean. Well then, if that's how you see it, I have to accept it. It sure looked different to me, but I guess it's not really my place to decide. I hope you're not disappointed. Be ashamed to let this spoil the evening. And who knows, maybe I'll end up flirting with you here. Somehow I'm not really sure. That was an answer to my question. Saved by the plates. Thankfully, our meals are here and we can stuff our faces silly. Let's eat. Oh, it sure looks good. Actually, I'm surprised. The inn doesn't seem like a place that would serve meals like this. Oh yes, the chef is excellent. They even have a chef? Sure they do. This may just be a local inn, but the food here is quite well known. According to some, the old king himself liked to dine here from time to time. This must surely be a rumour spread by the cook. Chef, Cinders. I know, quite the contrary, he denies it. But it only makes the people more suspicious. Besides, those who remember the old king have little trouble believing the story. Ha! Ye oldie gastropub! Exactly, Leaky. How you doing? He truly was a great monarch, royal splendour and honour embodied. Just and strong, but also kind and caring for the people. He was a ruler, but not a distant one, and people still miss him. Coming here and eating the food he allegedly favoured gives them comfort. And what kind of food was that exactly? Why, the royal cucumber soup, of course. You cannot be serious. And cross my heart. You must realise how ridiculous it sounds. Like I said, underneath the old king was a humble man. I went with it's a day and I'm still alive. So, I get it. You're obviously pulling my leg. I am shocked and appalled by such baseless accusations. You're impossible, Tobias. Still, the meal is delicious. I wish I could come here more often. You can't afford that many comforts living with Carmosa, can you? Would you believe me if I said that I'm only now beginning to understand your situation? How it changed after your father had died? Maybe childhood friends, but I don't really know you all that well, Cinders. Actually, I think there's some farmers and traders who are no better than you. There's really nothing special to tell. My life isn't that interesting, and for the most part, it's completely uneventful. Besides, we both know how my situation looks these days. I'd prefer not to dwell on it too much. Too much on this topic, if that's fine with you. Of course, I didn't mean to spoil your mood. I know. You know what would make a really nice subject for our conversation? Yes. You! I bet that Tobias the merchant has some really interesting stories to tell. Somehow I doubt that, but alright, what do you want to hear about? Plans and dreams. Remember how we used to fantasize about being all grown up? I remember you wanting to be a fairy, if I'm not mistaken. And you a general of the king's army. I don't want to reminisce, I'm interested in your dreams now. Dreams, eh? Well, there are all sorts of dreams, you know. There are those which you carry for a lifetime and those which vanish after 1 week. The latter type include, oh please, may the sugar trader come on time this month. I'm guessing you're asking about the other kind, are you not? As much as I respect all people who find the sugar market fascinating, I prefer to hear about your plans for a happy life instead. A happy life? And that's a nice topic and a really simple question. You know, I had grown up a bit faster than the rest of the children, leaving those childhood fantasies behind me. I don't regret it, my adult dreams are simple enough. I'd like my business to be successful and I'd like to find a good wife, have children and eventually retire. Calm, happy and secure life, that's my ideal of happiness. Without any regrets about not becoming a rural general? Well, not at all. So it's just riches and love? Yes, just riches and love. May not seem like much or seem boring to you, but reaching such a goal still requires a lot of hard work. I mean, if I ride a white horse, leading the horse of my army, a host of my men into battle, but it doesn't mean I can't be happy. You know what? I am quite happy with the way things are, actually. I don't expect things to change dramatically, and I'm content with that. I have an honest trade for honest people, and that's how I want to be in my life. An honest man. Maybe you don't want things to change in a dramatic way, but according to what you're saying, one element of your plan is still missing. So which one would you choose if you had to? I'm sorry, Cinders, you lost me there. Choose between what? Between love and riches, don't you know the stories? Sometimes you can't have both. I do remember the stories. I think I agree with how they usually teach to value one over the other. Love? That's my choice. Money, or rather the sense of security and peace of mind they give you, that's important. No money in the world can give you the kind of love I'm talking about. And as for being alone and rich, well, we can consult your stories about how that usually turns out. Oh, that was a good stretch. You know when you have a really good stretch. Oh. Now I'm gonna have some tea. Oh. The love that I want, that I dream of, is enduring. It's both tender and strong. It can shield you from the world like the best armor. But I will also give you strength to go out and confront it, and it will provide you with a place to get back to once your battles are over. No money can buy you that. Well, Mr. Merchant, you do seem to be very good with words when you speak about the things you truly care about. Or maybe just the chummost is a bit which is a Barney apparently. Or maybe just the things that I believe to be true. It's weird. on! Still live, right? Is Twitch doing that thing where it just loses everything again? Wonderful. I've lost all my interface. Everyone still hear me? Maybe just the things that I believe to be true. Maybe. I wouldn't know that. Apart from the stories I read, I don't have any real experience. Neither with riches nor love. Enough about me though, I want to hear about your dream. I don't have anything interesting to tell you, I'm afraid. Ah! So, right. Okay, Dan. Hi, Dan. Yeah. Leaky can't send a message in chat. I've lost all of like the channels that are live plus the actual rest of my channel, like the bit underneath the video. So I'm guessing Twitch is having issues again. So hopefully we'll remain live. If it does bug out, I'll try to get back on. But just so you know, if I can't get back on, then obviously we'll end the stream abruptly, which would be unfortunate. But yeah, we'll just try and crack on with it. We'll do probably another hour, so I don't want to be too late to bed. I want to find out what happens next in the story. I just don't know yet. Surely there must be something you dream of. I guess I made a habit of not wanting things that should be on my reach. And the way things are right now, everything seems to fall in that bag. It doesn't matter if I dream about marrying happily and having lots of children, or becoming the queen of the next glorious and just king. It's all equally unrealistic. So I prefer not to wish for anything, not to spend too much time dreaming. You shouldn't worry too much about it. I'm sure a young woman with your wits and imagination will find her path in life without trouble. You know who I am, Dan. It's fine. I know you well enough to be aware of how strong and determined you can be. You'll find your goals and you will achieve them. Thank you, Tobias. It is exactly what I needed to hear. It's not often that I get support like that from anyone. I see you finished your meal. Oh yes, it was delicious. Thank you, Tobias. Would you like to go for a walk then? I can tell you're just as stuffed as I am, and there's nothing nicer than having a stroll after a decent meal. Besides, the town looks really picturesque in the evening. Have you ever had a chance to see it? It's very beautiful, I know, and strolls aren't very high on Commerce's list of things I should be doing. That's decided then, let's go. Oh god, no, I think he's getting ads. Definitely shouldn't be getting ads. Subscriber. Yeah, it's like the rest of the interface is not loading. Oh, and now I've got Reese's channel. Buggering off. Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely problems with Twitch right now. Well, to answer that question, have a look at my stream name. It has both of the answers to your questions in there. Still, it's quite late. Are you sure it's just safe to walk around? Ha, don't worry. What could possibly happen? You're with me. Right, Mr. Poet, let's go. How's Milo, Dan? Still being adorable? And his wife said, if you can't lie properly, at least have the decency to pay the poor man. I had no idea that you can even order such things at your store. Well, it is a general store after all. That's enough. I'm glad you liked my stories. Usually I can't really share them with anyone. Salesman's ethics, you know. Well, I guess I should really thank you for sharing them with me then. And thanks for this evening. I had a nice time. Thanks for accepting my invitation. I'm glad we could talk and pick up on loose ends. I really miss talking with you, and I didn't even realise it. I feel like I've met this different person tonight. I've learned quite a lot about her. Aww. Did he have the zoomies and now he's worn out? Happy. Is that what you're playing? She sees red because you've only got one arm. Oh dear God, now my channel's just completely disappeared. There's that again. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, if you can still hear me, then hi. If you can't, then I guess you're a little bit screwed, but if you reload, I am still live. Yeah. I really miss talking with you, and I didn't even realise it. I feel like I've met this different person tonight. I've learnt quite a lot about her. You really knew me very well, Tobias. That's what I'm trying to say, I didn't. At least not like this. You can hardly compare the relationship you had as children to us talking now. Besides, that connection was weakened when your father died. Do you remember that? One day we were talking at least once a week, and the other you were the customer and I was the merchant. Those weren't the happiest of times. I could tell you were suffering, but I wasn't even able to reach out to you. And after that, I just stayed that way. We would only speak about groceries or about how much money Carmosa was willing to spend. You're right. It all changed back then. It's nice to talk again. I forget how much I need it. Tobias, do you think I've changed? Oh, what did he wreck, Dan? What did he wreck? Of course he did. There used to be a girl, and now there's this clever and beautiful woman standing in front of me. Oh? Tell me more about her. Would you say that she's also likeable? Quite a lot, to be honest. Since you're being honest, I must say that you've grown up to be a very nice man. Now that is something the simple man is not used to. Flattery from a young woman, and the next season collection isn't out yet. Actually, I'm the one that got a real bargain this time. Thanks for agreeing to go out with me. That's not exactly accurate. It was a pleasure for me as well, so it's hardly a bargain. More like a very fair and successful transaction. True. So I guess you should be going back home now. It's really late, and I'm sure you'd hate to make your sisters worried. Okay, we're definitely not going over to his place. That's just naughty. You're right. We've been talking for hours. Gloria must be out of her mind by now. He's chewing the bed. Naughty Milo chewing the bed. I mean, you could always get a special Milo cover for it that Milo's allowed to chew, and then take it off so that you don't have Milo chew on your sleep. Which means that it's probably the last time you'll see me alive. As soon as I walk through the door, she will murder me using the first thing that's heavy or sharp enough. Like a poisoned blade. I always think she's hiding it with that hair. Actually, she looks more like a candlestick type of murderer to me. She really does, doesn't she? Though I'm afraid she wouldn't be brave enough to do it unless Carmosa would specifically order her to. Maybe that's for the best. It would be a shame to see her murdered with a piece of the decor. So sweet. Or killed by a bear, for that matter. Would you like me to escort you through the dark forest on your way back home? I'm serious, Cinders. It can be dangerous at this hour. Now, this is really nice of you, but I know the way well enough to easily evade the clutches of the big bad wolf. Wrong fairy tale. Alright, I won't argue with you. I really hope you'll have another chance to come to town soon. Hi, Reese. I'd love to see you again, you know. Twitch is a tad bit balked. Just a tad. Yeah, yeah. It's like it was the other day. I think Jessie was streaming, and it was about 3 hours before I could actually post a message in chat. Yeah. I've got chat on my video window, but everything else is sort of empty. So we'll stay live as long as we can is basically what I'm going with. And then we will, yeah, just have to, you know, sort of play it by ear. Ooh. Oh, excuse me. Thanks, I'm Paul, Scruff, and Jesse for the hosts. So it's sort of, the API side is working, but every time I look over, it flicks my window to, sorry, unless you've got a time machine, this content is unavailable. It's like, I'm streaming, damn it. Which means I have to refresh. Which means I lose all the chat. Luckily, my chat up there is working. But yeah, so we'll try and stick it out for another hour. Hopefully I won't fall asleep. I'm just now feeling, I think it's because I put the heating on. So I'm now feeling nice and warm and snoozy. Hope it works. Yeah, it's fine. If it doesn't, if it really craps out, then we'll just, you know, end it early and... Yeah, we're definitely not going to get to the end of the story unless it ends in the next 50 minutes. But I think, you know, we'll hopefully get some of the mystery solved. I really hope you have another chance to come to town soon. I'd love to see you again, you know. No, I put the heating on. Yes, I'd like that. So, I guess this is goodbye for now. I really enjoyed our meeting and, what do we think, chat? Kiss him? Or just go? Okay. Alright. Seeing as you named the purple dude, I will. And Leaky also wants to kiss him as well. Okay, fair enough, we'll kiss him. Let's talking, please. Come here, you. Oh, we got an achievement for it, so that's okay. No, I haven't had the oven on today. Multitasking. Oh, well, it was just because I switched over to see what you were doing. And I was like, oh, it's that cute purple one. And then you picked the purple one without me having to say anything. And then I could see you were wanting a name. And I was like, Perp Dude. Perp Dude. Because we already have a Bob, I think. Yeah, wasn't he like a honky shonky or something? Shonky honky. It's just like, I don't know. Alright, hello, we're having a kiss, are we? Ah, come here, you. I enjoyed this as well. Immensely. Oh my, Cinders, that was very nice. You caught me off guard, I'm speechless. I doubt it was your first kiss, Tobias. If you're trying to play the innocent type, you must know that I refrain from kissing people. That I doubt refraining from kissing people is a sign of innocence. No, it's not like that at all. It's just special with you. Oh my goodness, my poor Tobias. Actually blushing? I think I am. Is that bad? I'm just really happy. Well, if you're happy, then I'm happy as well. I'll make sure to come to town and pay you a visit as soon as possible. My lady, I'll be dreaming about that moment with every breath that passes through my lungs. And every coin that passes through your cash box. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. Of course I wasn't thinking about your money when we kissed. Well, maybe a little bit. Have I told you about my taste for sapphire? You are incredible. I'm trying to be chivalrous here. Also rubies. Oh, they're nice too. Go already, leave me to my pining. Oh, woe is me, Sir Galantus met his nemesis, and she was the redhead. Take care, my dear Tobias. You too. I really will be looking forward to your next visit. See you soon, Cinders. Yeah. I wasn't planning on kissing him, but he was really nice. Wasn't a dick. But we weren't flirting with him. Home sweet home. I love returning home when my father was alive. I miss sharing the events of the day with him. Now it just seems like a grim prison, and my parole has just been revoked. Not to mention, I'm probably up for a long talk with the jailer, seeing as how late it is. You're back, safe and sound, with no sign of being attacked by robbers, wolves, or some such. Though, I probably shouldn't be surprised that they didn't want you either. Sophia, charming as always. I kind of expected Gloria to be here and try and reprimand me. It doesn't seem like her just to let such a breach of rules slip without a word. It does seem strange, isn't it? I'm surprised as you. Oh, I've lost her voice now. It does seem strange, doesn't it? I'm as surprised as you. I thought there was nothing as important for her as taking any chance she has to mimic Mum's contempt. I can imagine it already. If Mum were here, she would tell you should have a stick of your derriere like I do. You're awful. And more importantly, off the point, what happened with Gloria? I don't know. She didn't seem that angry. Or sad, really. Both mean that she's not well at all, so I'm content either way. Still, I wonder what could throw Gloria off her high horse. And out of that annoying Camusa post, for that matter. Did something happen in the house today? Well, dinner was burned a bit, so Gloria got her reason to shout at the servants some more. Hardly sounds like a reason to get depressed, does it? No, it does not, but apart from that, I couldn't tell you what the reason could be. But I don't think you need to worry about her. It'll just blow over and you'll be fine. Whatever it is that's eating Gloria. Is it the same as what's eating Gilbert Grape? Thank you. So if you couldn't say what happened, does that mean you didn't get the chance to get out of the house? I didn't. Sunshine, birds, bees, and friendly people that would stab you the moment you turn your back, or not for me. I took my time of freedom to stay in my room and rest for all of this, so I saw little of Gloria today. You stayed in your own room the whole day? How come? Surely it will come as a surprise to you when I say I'm not a people person. Preferred to use this time for myself alone. May I ask what you did then? I used my peace and quiet to just sit and think things through, and finish a couple of things I had no chance to get around with that would come most on my back. Things like... Oh, that is nothing of importance. At least not in comparison to the ominous discovery Gloria made this morning. Did you know she found a stain on a curtain in the hallway? That one. Oh no! Hard to believe, but it's true. Half of our morning and all of our dinner conversation was about that stain being a sign of something greater. Household and lifestyle deteriorating. Servants' morale and respect dropping, kingdoms falling, dark times approaching, and most of all, that stain is improper. Well, Gloria does take house duties very seriously, but you are avoiding questions about your day. Maybe, but so are you. Surely after the whole day in town, you have lots of stories to tell. It really was nice to get out without the feeling I need to hurry or else. And we usually have so little chance to speak to anyone outside of the house. Town looks magical in the evening. Somebody doesn't go to sleep. All the windows are lit, people walk down the street, if only to stroll to the tavern. You ever been to the town past sunset? No, I haven't. Hermosa saw it neither appropriate nor useful for her daughters to go out in the evening. She must be exhausted. Indeed I am. Even my small and rock-hard bed seems like a piece of heaven right now. I won't stop you from reonating with your bed of rocks, then. Prefer to be alone, anyway. But do be careful. Those bedbugs can get really big and eat you alive if you let them. Everything is possible in the fairyland you seem to live in, Princess. I wish you well too, Sophia. Good night. Oh no. Cinders, are you awake? I'm awake. I'll be right there. I'll get to work in a minute. No, it's not about that. I just need to talk to you. Alright, Gloria, what is it? What is so important that you have to speak with me at this hour? At this hour? You mean noon? I wanted to speak with you about the way you've been behaving these past few days. Now there goes my nice morning. Or afternoon. Listen, I realise we were never really on the best of terms, but what has been going on recently is something very new indeed. If you really think that I will turn a blind eye on all of your childish, egotistical exploits, then you need think again. What are you talking about, Gloria? I didn't do anything. Oh, of course you didn't. You're far too smart for that. But do you think I haven't noticed all the little jabs at me? Take every opportunity to undermine my efforts. Really, I don't know what's happening to you, Cinders. Do you think I'm stupid or that I don't have any feelings? I'm trying to understand you, I really am, but it seems like you're reveling in this chaos you're creating, as if you wanted things to fall apart, despite the efforts of all those who want to keep things together. This is where we differ, Gloria. True, our relationship was never civil, but I think I'm beginning to understand why. We might be a family, but we are not alike. All I'm trying to do is survive in this madhouse as unscathed as possible. What seems like chaos to you is freedom for me. Besides, let's face it, things are already broken. Only Carmosa and you are still pretending that you can glue them back together, like some ugly heirloom everyone hates. Typical answer of an angry child. Do you even realise you've managed to describe the house, all of us, as if it was about you? It is such a shame that Mother taught me so well about the importance of family. It must have made me naive. Because I still have hopes that you will mature one day. Excuse me? Mature? Yes, become an adult, a person who's able to grasp a larger picture, go beyond one's own interests. Also someone who can sacrifice personal happiness for the greater good of the house, if it is necessary. I don't deny that it can be difficult at times, but we are not children anymore. We must realise how we all depend on Carmosa and support her in any way we can. I see. But it certainly doesn't play with my idea of maturity, especially that part about supporting Carmosa. Of course you would say that. Just like you, Mother can be difficult to get along with, I admit. But her intentions are good. Think about the way she's putting all her strength into giving us a good life. And if you still doubt her, try imagining our lives without her. Don't mind if I do. How long do you think this house would last with her gone? You must understand she won't be here to care for us forever, and I can't do it alone, Cinders. I need your support. Okay, I mean, she's allowed some days off, though. But we're trying not to antagonize everyone, and she seems to be trying, so I'll guess you're right. Alright, I see your point. And as much as I hate to accept it, I think I can agree with at least part of what you're saying. Of course Carmosa means well. It's her house and we're her daughters after all. At least you are. It's her actions, not her intentions, that I have trouble understanding. But maybe not anymore. Perhaps we're more alike than I've imagined. We're survivors, doing what's necessary to cope with the situation we've been presented with. Such insights give you credit, Cinders. They tend to come with age. That's true, then Carmosa must be really, really old and her sight is completely different than mine. That would explain some things which... Maybe she is a victim of harsh circumstances. Maybe she did have to struggle all the time. And yes, maybe I really can't imagine what she went through. But think about the woman she became. A black widow so spiteful that she hurts her own children. But Cinders, please let me finish, Gloria. With all the pain she suffered, there was a lesson there that she missed. Sometimes being nice to people around you can make all the difference in the world. She has no right whatsoever to turn our lives into hell, Gloria, and you know it. She is how she is, Cinders. She is doing her best to manage everything, and it is a great burden. She can be terrible, but only because life can be terrible to her. You surely don't intend to change her now. Oh yes, no doubt about that. I'm not talking about changing her arachnid nature. I'm talking about changing ours. We could certainly use some improvement in our natures, you know. This picture you're painting in front of my eyes seems pleasant, but also not realistic. It requires one thing which you do not have, mutual agreement. And we will not have that as long as we are not of one mind. That is, as long as Sophia keeps up her silly act. Gloria, I doubt that it's Sophia who we should be worrying about in this situation. I'm having trouble picturing her opposed to anything that would bring us more freedom from Carmosa. No, Gloria, it's you. You are the unknown in this equation. We can't be sure about your loyalties. Now this is something I didn't expect. You behaving just like Sophia. It seems that you two have much more in common than meets the eye. You both prefer to spend your time criticizing me rather than trying to contribute. You could be helping me, helping us somehow. How can we understand each other if you don't even try? Then maybe you should stop whining about being criticized and start listening. How exactly did you try and communicate with Sophia? How much effort did you put into it? Correct me if I'm wrong, which isn't exactly the happiest girl in the world. The hate that you and Carmosa poured onto her through the years took its toll. Her bitterness and armour of cynicism are like a cry for help. If only you could give her any credit, any recognition, then maybe she'd be willing to help you. She hardly seems interested in... Let me finish. Before you judge her with your usual presumptions, tell me this. When was the last time you actually talked with her? Do not be ridiculous, Gloria. Cinders, I spoke with her recently as yesterday. Don't mean commenting on house affairs or managing chores, but actually talking like sisters. You do remember that you two are sisters, right? Or is family only important to you if it allows you to put the blame on other people? Alright, I see where this is going. Fine. I'm not really certain when it happened, but we just lose our connection. She seems so alien now. I catch myself thinking about her like a stranger. Her face is like a mask, shielding her thoughts from me. I agree that it is unfortunate, and it isn't only Sophia's fault that we grew apart. Maybe we could work on changing that. I'm really thinking that I'm telling you this to criticize you, but I'm not. All I want to is to hear you say things like this, so that we can stop hurting each other all the time. It's the only reasonable thing to do. That's because it's reimagined, Dan. Besides, if we're playing as Cinders, we've got more agency than in the fairy tale. And you are always the most reasonable one, so it's good that you're willing to give it a try. And so you recognise it as well. I am the most reasonable. And I am the only one here that actually does anything to keep the house. Excuse me! That might be just a bit of an overstatement, Gloria. Each one of us puts some work into how this place works, for better or worse. We just have different perspectives, and so we give a different kind of input, but surely you realise how naive this sounds. Something one might say to a slow child to spare its feelings. I don't know yet. We're just on the evil stepsister part. We haven't gotten to the invite to the ball bit. Then we'll see if there's a pumpkin coach. There are fairies, so there is a possibility. I have tried to help you both understand the importance of Commosa's rules, and yet I seem to be the only one acknowledging the requirements to keep a proper household. Will no one ever learn? How am I supposed to guide you and work along alone against the laziness and stupidity of others? Has it ever occurred to you that you may not have all the answers? I guess that's the root of the problem right there. You try to be our teacher, our disciplinarian, and you have no knowledge that we lack, nor higher status, and you are not our mother. Stop trying to imitate Carmosa. Is this how you think a sister should act? The shoe bit is like the whole purpose of Cinderella, almost. How should I know? Do any of you act like one towards me? There's no reasoning with someone. I don't want to fight back. Let's just apologise. You're right. I'm sorry. I guess both sides are always responsible for the relationship, and neither me nor Sophia has made it easier for you. Yet again, the voice of reason speaks on my behalf, and all it took was a little honesty with yourself to admit that I am right. Can you see the argument for my previous behaviour now? Stop it. Can you actually hear yourself? I reached out to you and apologised, and what do? You yourself had admitted that I was right and my behaviour was correct. No, we didn't say that. We said that we were also complicit. I said that both sides are always responsible, and so I apologise for my faults towards you. But you are responsible too. How dare you? And we could do what we always do, throw the blame around. I'm sure there's plenty for everyone. We could even share some with the neighbours. But how about acting normal for a change? We've had it hard in the past and took it out on each other. Let's start over. And how do you imagine we do that? We could try to act like sisters for starters, or at least like a group of semi-friendly normal girls. Exchange information and basic conversation without bringing out the big guns, you know? Talk. I think I would like that. I'm glad. I promise to treat you better from now on, to act more sister-like. Thank you. Fine, I shall try to put some effort into it and treat you well as well. Well too. Thank you. I'm happy we finally agreed. And in light of taking care of one another, you are still speaking a bit like Carmosa. Please take more care of yourself and your own needs. Stop trying to become her. Not that again. Victoria, would you please stop for a second to think and answer one simple question truthfully? What question might that be? What do you like to do? No, I don't mean something you feel obliged to do. Not a chore, necessity, or an assignment. What do you like to do? What makes you happy? What do you do just for yourself and no one else? But what are your goals? What will you do when Clemens is not here anymore? Where do you want to go? Who do you want to be? I do not know. I just want to make everything better. This house should work as intended, and it should do so because of me. I want to make everyone happy and keep it all together. Fine, and when you accomplish that, imagine the house is running smoothly, Carmosa is proud of you, and it is all tasks complete. What do you do with all your free time then? I do not know what to say. Indeed, such a situation seems highly unlikely to occur, so I've not given it any thought. Who are you? What do you know about yourself? I do not know. I do not know what you so mean to me. All I did was come here to talk to you, find some mutual understanding. You get no understanding because there's nothing to understand. You came here to reunite Carmosa in a state of superiority. That is not true. I did indeed try to get through to you. You simply would not listen. You didn't either get through to me. You came here with your air of superiority to boost your own conviction. I don't care about myself or Sophia. All you care about is you. This is pointless. I see no reason to listen to such nonsense. Especially since I did nothing to deserve such treatment from an immature brat. Both of you are trying to turn everyone against... We're just gone in a freaking circle! It's frustrating. Both of you are trying to turn everyone against you. Then you'll be able to whine about fate that brought you to living in cinders and pain. You must have had some kind of huge lapse of judgment to even consider treating you as a mature woman. Oh, look who's talking. Do you even understand the word mature? Is it just something you repeat after Carmosa? Fine, Cinders, get out. Enjoy your freedom while it lasts. You have one more day till Carmosa returns. I will not stoop to debating this with you any further. Go and do as you please. We'll see where your freedom gets you. We both know your powers to stop me from leaving the house or from doing anything for that matter. So you can stop pretending. I thought we were making progress here. Did you grow accustomed to pretending too much? Pretending to have control, to be self-confident, to be almost... Do not have to listen to this. Goodbye. What is it about this time? Hello there, Hall. Let's see what new surprises you have in store for me today. Because I have to warn you, after the conversation I just had, I'm hard to impress. I had a lot of meetings today. I feel like I've done a lot of talking. But yeah, we'll do another half hour, unless Twitch craps out on us. Oh, I'm gonna go to bed. I might have just a quick break now to get some tea. So I'll be right back. Oh, shortbread. Nice. Dan, nice Dan. They should do a visual novel where characters yawn every 2 minutes. Well, on Clash, I think everyone would fall asleep then, instead of just me. Yeah, just, not been sleeping great, so I thought I was feeling not tired, and then I sat down, It's that thing where you're sort of on the go, and then you stop, and then it's like, So yeah, we'll go till 10 UK time, and then call it. If people are interested in finding out what happens in this story, then I'll do another stream. If not, I'll finish it off stream, pick up something else. But yeah, we'll definitely do something else next Tuesday. I don't know, I might do a weekend stream when I'm awake, like middle of the day or something. Yeah, so because I have to warn you, it's the conversation I just had. I'm hard to impress. Hello there, early bird. Only old surprises, apparently. You should really try harder next time, Paul. Having a conversation with a room? How bizarrely refreshing. It's good to see you too, Sophia. Now, I never thought I'd say something like this, but here it goes. While Mercy was right, too much reading does make you crazy. But evidently it also makes you interesting, at least interesting enough to make my eternally uptight sister sneak into your room when she thought I wasn't looking. I seriously doubt she's that naive. Doesn't matter. Yay, you got it back in, Linky. The real question is, what does she want from you? Did she come to ask for help? So many hours without the chance to struggle for Comosa's approval must have left the poor girl quite disturbed. Oh, you know Algoria. True stronghold of independence and a font of wisdom. Hey, Steve! I take it she came to spread her usual Carmosian propaganda among the Flopons. Only to meet with steadfast resistance of the people. We will not be silenced, shouted the crowds. Oh my, it must have been quite the display. Did the guard intervene? If you're asking if there was any violence, then yes, plenty. The streets and squares practically turned red. Oh, how lovely was she hurt? Did you slap her? No. I think that would be going a bit too far, don't you think? My dear simple sister, who can really say? Oh, hello, interface is loading again. Awesome. We've got half a Twitch back. Most of a Twitch back. Oh yes. Hi Steve, how's it going? My dear simple sister, who can really say? Such things tend to be relative, you know. One man's hero is a criminal to someone else. It's simply too complex for a girl like me to decide, so when it comes to Gloria, I don't analyse and stick to the simple golden rule. Violence is always the answer. I see. I think you've just given me a bit too much information there, Sophia. Oh, you're such a child sometimes. In case you didn't notice, we're living in the middle of a dangerous and unforgiving forest. This place is packed with wild and bloodthirsty predators. Whether we choose to see them or not, they exist. What a lovely thought. I'll think about it on my trip through the woods today. Oh, you're going out again? I have to eat something first, but yes, I'm going out. Why? I was just wondering if you, well... What is it? Sophia, are you blushing? Don't be ridiculous, of course I'm not blushing. I was just thinking that maybe you could use some company. You want to leave the house? Yes, is that a crime? Dearest Sophia, no, not in my book. Of course I'd love to go with you. But a lot is happening right now, and I want to have some time to think alone. I'm really sorry, maybe some other time. No! Just go for a walk with your sister! When Carmosa is back. Right, I'll go back to my room and stay there then forever. Don't be like that, I'm really sorry, you just caught me by surprise, but I really would want to go out with you whenever we get the next chance. Yes, I understand. Go then and have fun doing your secret stuff. Thanks, I will. I'll see you in the evening. Sorry again. No, we should have changed our plans and gone with sister. She's trying to make an effort and we just shut her down. She's not going to do it again. People like that are fragile. But yes, no, Twitch was having a serious fit. Monumental hissy fit. Or people were DDoSing it because it took away an emote. Oh no, it's back, it's gone, it's back, it's gone, it's back, it's gone, it's back, it's gone, it's doing the hokey pokey and we'll turn around. That's what it's all about. Hey! No, I'm still sleepy. Oh, we didn't get to go to the forest today. I'm still sleepy. Another day of freedom I could spend on the town. There's always something going on here. Even now I see some commotion in the street. I wonder what it's about. The moment I saw my cow die, I knew it. It was those evil beads of yours that did it. What are you talking about, woman? My poor Molly has died and she was in so much pain for days she mooed like she's never mooed before. It was almost like moaning or crying. It's your fault. I've seen the bad omens, my poor Molly moaning and the odour her wretched body made. It must have been your curse, witch. Cows smell on their own, and your Molly didn't need my help in that department. You might not have noticed because you only bathe occasionally. My poor Molly is dead, lifeless as a clump of mud on the streets, and the heartless witch that you are dared to jest about it. I knew it was your doing, you wretched... I am laughing. Because there is little else to do. How should I react? How else should I react to your stupidity? You want someone to blame? Hi, Jessie. I'm still sleepy. Yeah. I told you to come to me so I'd take a look at your bloody cow and heal it, but did you listen? No. The animal's pain was not enough reason to spare a few coins. But I did bring it to you. And it was terminal. Before that you said it is for fate to decide what happens, and who would have guessed it didn't work out as well. Well, it's only Thursday today, Jessie, so hopefully it'll be fine. But you said the cow would die, and she did. I said it'd die if you won't take care of it. The damn cow was seriously ill, you could see that for yourself. You only came to me when it couldn't move anymore. And then you realised that trusting fate wouldn't do it. Well, too late. Now you're searching for someone else to take the blame for your stupidity. But she didn't die until you looked at her, you witch. Jaws lost, so you do die on Saturday. Oh, okay. What time on Saturday? Is it UK friendly time? Because we'll totally support you. But you didn't die until you looked at her, you witch. Yay, UK friendly. This whole town knows you are bad news. You are not welcome here. Shut up, or else I'll turn you into a frog. Or a cow to compensate for your loss. Oh, this is a dude. He has I did him a really gruff voice. Well, yes, but there are some times when I've got my eyes closed and I'm trying to sleep and I don't want to put my phone on. Even if I can't sleep. What's going on here? Oh, good captain, please arrest this evil witch for killing my poor Molly with her evil eye and her devilish beads. She has... Molly? My poor cow, she was so kind and helpful and... Is there any truth to what she accuses you of? I'm not even going to dignify that foolishness with an answer. This idiot doesn't want to take responsibility for her own actions, fine, but leave me out of it. Alright then, my dear lady, I'm going to have to go home and wait till I sort this out. But I will make it my responsibility to sort this out. Now please go home and do not pursue this matter on your own. Do you understand? Yes, I do. Fine. I do apologize for this woman's behavior and hope you have not been bothered by this. You know how the townspeople are when they feel hurt or helpless. Oh, I do know. They blame the wicked witch, sometimes with the help of torches and pitchforks. I hope, however, that you realize you are welcome here. These are good people. They just get carried away sometimes. They expect you to always be able to bail them out of their problems. For generations they did that. Of all of the noble professions, yours is still needed. Oh, I am so needed that you had to intervene. How many times has it been now? Then blaming me for their own stupidity. This town sure has a straight... Ooh, crap. I accidentally hit the trigger. Own stupidity. This town sure has a strange way of showing appreciation. It may be time to move on now. Now, surely you don't mean that. Just yesterday this young woman told everyone in the inn how much you have helped her. Sure, a grateful lady no one listened to one day. Insults, blame, and pitchforks the next. That seems like a good cue to leave. You have good reason to be angry. So what UK time is it going to be, Jessie? So I am aware and paying attention. And hopefully not napping. But it is the weekend, so at least, you know. I can nap earlier and then be bright and breezy for your competition. Good reason to be angry. Just give me some time, please. I need to think. Oh no, the emotes aren't loading. Oh dear. I'm still pissed off they took away my Fall Guys emotes. I unlocked those fair and square. And the support request, they never responded to my support request, they just closed it. Just give me some time, please. I need to think. Someone in this town should anyway. Fine, I will not press you on this further. You will do as you see fit, like you always do. Until next time, madame. Keep warm and away from those idiots. Farewell, Captain. What happened here exactly? People are strange here, illogical and stupid. Ah, 6:10. That is perfect timing. Because that is probably going to be end of afternoon, but early enough that I can get it in if we're doing escape rooms. It's perfect time. I shall pay attention. People here are strange, illogical and stupid. They just sit and demand, do nothing and hope. Morons. Time has come for me to change the scenery. What did they do? Oh, nothing spectacular, just more of the usual. People come to me for medicine, for advice, for the solution to every stupid problem they have created. They still fear me though. Every time something goes wrong, I'm to blame. They used to blame the devil or evil forces. Now the evil forces conveniently live next door. Surely the townsfolk do not mean that. They seem to respect you a lot. There's a very thin line between respect and fear. All dungeon map, compass, small key, shuffle, vanilla sword, standard start, no enemizer, normal item pool, entrance. Rando isn't allowed. So, no Butterblade. Silver Arrow Ganon. And you have to check all the chests to get the keys. And everything else should be in its normal place. Cool. See, I understand some things. I occasionally end up watching your stream during a Zelda thing and I look at it and I go, have I seen this room before? Though the last time I did that you were actually playing Mario, so no, I hadn't seen that room before. Oh, and Reese can't get back into the stream. Thanks for the host, AP. Oh, I thought you meant vanilla swords as in you won't get more than one sword. Would it put butter on the pedestal then? I mean, as long as you can defeat Ganon, I guess. Yeah. Oh, vanilla locations. Uncle, Pedestal, Smith, and Pyramid. Yeah! Oh, I did a commentary for Jesse's stream and just in chat once, and it was just like, and he's off, and he's found a frog, and he's hitting some grass, and oh, we're lifting a stone, because I have no idea what's going on. But that would be quite funny if if Jesse did a race and Dan and I did comments. Be quite funny. Right. Alright. I'll just see if we can get to this next bit and then F1 commentary. Oh god, if you want something to definitely send me to sleep, then yes, motor racing. It's that zoom noise that the cars make. It just sends me right off. There's a very thin line between respect and fear. This happens in every single place I travel to. It takes time for resentment to build up, however. A new town should do. Do you have friends here? Just a second ago, I thought you were speaking with the captain on very familiar and mostly friendly terms. We do have some history together, but do not let me bore you with the details. Oh, go ahead, please. Your curiosity is commendable. But let's discuss something more important. Have you given any thought to our last conversation? Not yet. I haven't had the time to. Good. That means I don't have to give more advice right now, so take your time, Cinders, and come to me when you have decided. Just don't wait too long, because I intend to leave this damn town soon and will not look back. Thank you. I will take time to consider and decide soon. You do that. Goodbye, child. Goodbye. Yeah, my friend Daisy really loves racing. And oh, what is that? That is cute. Oh, it looked cuter small. It looked a lot cuter small. It is a snowman on fire. But yeah, no, my friend Daisy likes the F1, and yeah, we were hanging out, and I got up like I couldn't sleep, so I got up to watch it with her, and I was sitting on the sofa and just conked out listening to the zoom 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 of the cars. Yeah, I did try. I really did try. Yeah, that woman really got to her. Who would have thought? Tough, cynical Madame Gede, whose wrath can move mountains, touched by a simple townswoman's remark. I'd have to consider that side of her, vulnerable and so human. But right now I have a whole day of freedom to plan as well. As I will, what should I do now? Maybe pay Tobias a visit again? Especially after last night. I guess I could drop by and see how he's doing. Just an innocent meet-up of old friends. Tobias deserves another visit, especially as Carmosa is getting back tomorrow, and it may be hard to see each other again. Hello there, Mr. Merchant. Hello, Cinders. What brings you to my humble establishment? I was just around the town again and thought it'd be nice to drop by. No special reason. I see you're well enjoying your newfound freedom. Can't deny it. So how was your day? I'm glad you've asked. Something strange happened that I need to talk about. That, or I'll start wondering if I don't think. Oh, did you win the Royal Lottery? Just as improbable. I actually had a conversation with Gloria. I'm sorry, was that it? The unreal thing was that you talked with your sister? So I presume it was something more than a simple exchange of insults. To be honest, I'm not really sure what it was myself, but it was different. We were both speaking, and I think that this time she was listening. She also said that I'm free to do what I wish today. Now that was just awkward. Would you like to get some herbs? I'm sure she must be ill. I'm serious, Tobias. It may seem like nothing to you, but believe me, these little things that are probably ordinary in normal families, they don't happen in our house. Maybe she sees and understands more than you'd like to give her credit for. Sort of blindness that comes from her resentment towards you. She'd have to be a complete fool not to realise that she cannot control you indefinitely. Sounds manipulative and complex, so there's a large chance that's exactly what made her, or Carmosa, give me a day off. There's also the slight chance of Gloria just trying to be nice to her sister for a change. Do you think that's even possible? Oi, boss sir, you wouldn't happen to have a new task for your old meat now, would you? Gold has a habit of running from your pockets like cats and meat, and your last payment... Oh, bollocks. You! The pretty bird. Isn't this a friendly get-together? If I'm a bird, then what does that make you? You certainly have a way of appearing out of the blue anywhere I go. First in the woods, then in my own house. And now here. You must be the most popular person in the whole kingdom. You saw us that night? Now aren't you the busybody lassie? All I did was put two and two together. You aren't exactly as immaculate as undercover business you've got going on. Also, it's not easy to hide from me. In any case, you just came just in time to answer my questions and answer them fully. And candidly. Such terrible words come from that pretty mouth. Frankly, Cinders, I'm curious as well. A bit uneasy, but mostly curious. Oh, it's all very... TV's just turning himself off, hang on. Okay, before you ask, Olkesh, no, I didn't try and change the HDMI wire. I was tired. And, you know, the world kind of exploded last night. I will sort it at the weekend. So it could still be the wire. I was going to see if it was plugged in properly. But anyway. Oh, it's all really simple, really. 2 days ago, you came to our house to talk with Carmosa. I want to know what it was about. But I've told you it's nothing big, lassie. Rumours of me trade, so keep your petticoat on. That's all that was, a little gossip for a little coin. Nah, my TV needs fixing, but lockdown and ridiculousness. And occasionally my Xbox loses connection with something, and it's either the TV or the cable. I just haven't been able to had time to switch out the cable as yet to see if it's that. It's fine. It's fine. That's all it was. A little gossip for a little coin. Everybody knows that Carmosa smiles only when she learns you can get something for free. Why would she pay you? Little Miss is sure curious, and so's the old lady. She's even more curious and she's stingy, and she pays generously. No, the TV is definitely needs fixing. It's 3 years old and the back panel is broken. It keeps on losing the internet. But this is a newer issue, and I don't know whether it's the cable or the TV. It could be either at this point. But it doesn't matter. I will change the cable, and if it still happens, it's just another long thing. You've missed the Silly Joe voices. It's just another long list of things that need fixing on the TV. But it's just because of lockdown, it's going to be like 4 weeks because they got to quarantine it first. So it's just a case of getting it all sorted out. And at the moment, I'm just kind of not wanting anyone to come in the house. So I'm putting up with it. I'm putting up with it for now. It's still within guarantee, and it's still within guarantee for another like 18 months. So, you know, as long as I get it fixed this year, it's okay. But yeah, I kind of like to try and do a story time every so often because the silly voices are funny. Though I feel like I'm getting a little bit croaky. So I just want to find out this bit and maybe end the day, and then I'll save. And we'll end the stream there. But I'm feeling a little bit more awake now. I got up to get tea. So yes, she pays generously. Very good, my friend. You're more clever than I thought, finding out what kind of information interests someone like Carmosa. Actually, knowing her in the first place. Say, you never told exactly how did you meet Lady Carmosa? Gossip's me trade, and devil take me if I'm giving any away for free because some lassie fanned her lashes. That's, a trade secret, am I right, bossa? She does have a point here, and your questions certainly piqued my curiosity. I reckon the little bird picked something up all right. Tell her. Nasty business, mates, nasty ambush. Methinks I'll just run for the dawn now and call it a day. It's been swell talking. Not a step. As law-abiding subject of our prince, I'm obliged to report any crime or mischief I know of to the captain on his guard. Sure, Perrault would love to get something solid on you, but suspicious behaviour and conspiracy will have to do. I'm sure it's enough for a lovely night in a dungeon. I can't believe you had stitch on your old mate, boss, sir. It's business, nothing personal, friend. Fine, I'll tell you. But only the messy hair will hear it. Bloody hell, some demon speaks through those red lips. You must take me for a complete fool if I'll let you go alone with us so you can flee. It's all right, Tobias. You won't run, will you, boss? He knows that it would force me to inform the captain, whom I saw just a moment ago right outside the store. Yes, we'll say anything you say. Very well. See, I knew we would come to an agreement sooner or later. Would you like to step outside and tell me everything, my friend? Yes, Mercy, lead on. Are you sure about this, Cinders? Don't worry, we're all friends here, after all. Alright, let's stop here and talk. Not exactly a hiding place, middle of the town, eh, love? Sure, I could use some more privacy. I'm not going to give you a chance to escape now, and don't try anything stupid. The captain's right on the other side of the street. Remember that. Fine, you little devil. I'll tell you what I know, just don't yell if I can't remember all the details. I've got a short memory. You've heard my questions already. What was the message you brought to Carmosa? Dashing young gentlemen like yourself should have no trouble recalling the last few days. Blazing hell, lassie, you and your adder's tongue. I remember. So I was out in the woods, resting my head on the ground, enjoying the peace and quiet that only nature can bring. Calm shimmer of the lake, away from the wickedness. Don't digress. Of the city, sleeping like a brat I was. Do you often sleep outdoors? Why were you sleeping by the lake? Now that's a mighty good question, isn't it, love? Can't say I know the answer though, I just woke up there. Old and magical place, the pond in the woods. My auntie used to tell me stories. Get back to the topic, will you? But I'm on it. I woke up and heard voices, thought it was just like my auntie's stories. Of the fair folk, you know, made of light and wisp and prettier than the finest ladies there are. But they were no wisps. And what happened then? I heard what else? Its head still up on this neck because it knows when it's time to jump into the bushes. I meant, who were those people? An excellent question, Birdie. You got to tell me you love this. 'Twas the noble Captain Perrault, and he was talking to the prince. The prince was talking with Perrault in the woods. It seems a bit strange, doesn't it? What are they talking about? Or some posh problems of the rich folk? Too much free time is bad for the head. Our futures, his royal highness, kept on whining about wenches of all things, how they're all empty-headed or boring to talk to. The prince was discussing women. That he was. Very unkingly of him, if you ask me, and foolish too. Who cares if the bird's dumb or dull? That's not what I want from me wenches. Can I slap him now? Yes, wonderful. Now back to the subject, please. What did they speak of? The captain said something about rules, but I didn't hear that part of me head still spinning, the water shimmering so loud. Don't know what they meant, but the prince was mighty happy and said something about the ball, the grand ball. I got some idea that in that royally empty head of his, it's because of them crowns. Very bad for the head. Anyway, there's a new idea that he liked. The grand ball. Doesn't sound familiar. That's the excuse they made up so the kings and princes can pick their wenches like vegetables in a market. Only regular folk don't crown the cucumbers they brought as queens. At least not often. So it's a tradition. Yeah, that. They always use that fancy name as if something doesn't make sense anymore. So what was the prince's new idea? 'Twas about masks. Making all their lassies wear them. You mean a masked ball? A masquerade? Aye. Didn't know the rich birds are so horrid. I don't think it's because of that. Did he say why the masks are so important to him? I had something to do with the elders, the families. Lots of lords and ladies waiting to trade their daughters and only one prince. Too much competition's bad for business and tempers. He was trying to dodge accusations of being biased. Aye, I knew that. Don't know what's wrong with seeing a nice face though. And what if the bird's got a pimple right between her eyes? Won't notice nothing with masks and such unless he wants to ogle their curves. Ooh, bit on the nasty side, nobles. Me auntie told me stories, gossip about the shenanigans going on between them in the palace. Stuff that had made a confessor blush. Alright, I get the picture. A masked ball, you say? It makes a lot of sense, actually. The prince can pretend he's choosing his bride by judging her more subtle qualities, and there's no way any of the houses accusing him of favouring one over the other. Who knows? Maybe he isn't really pretending. Perhaps having a choice is what he really wants. Devilishly clever, love. Glad you got the smarts to see through all that. Save you time having to explain all that to you. All for the noble birds, and they have a chance, no matter how pimply or horrid. Maybe think of Carmosa and her pretty lasses. No, not you, the other wenches. I mean sisters, your lovely sisters. Figure the old lady would pay with kingly coin for a rumour like that. So there's to it. You're satisfied, love? My dear friends, this isn't half of the story I wanted to hear. You better get to the more juicy stuff right away. That's all that there is to it, I swear on me auntie's pimples. He's not got no morals to appeal to, and I'm not threatening him. It's all fine and beautiful what you told me, but there are so many things missing, my friend. Like, why is it so important for Carmosa that the ball will be a masquerade? But what puzzles me even more is how come you knew it'd be interesting for her in the first place? You would have to know her pretty well to figure that. This has something to do with your past, doesn't it? You've been working for her for quite some time, haven't you? Fine, there's one thing. Ooh, hello. Shedding light. Ooh. Hey up. Fine, there's one thing. A wee detail, really nothing. Really nothing. I knew this room would be worth a lot for the lady, you know. I know her and I know what she's like. So you did work for her before. What did you do? I might have given her a hand earlier with the ball, well, so she could get in. How? The goose and her ducklings weren't exactly I invited. The lady asked me to help them. Help them how? Well, let's just say it required a bit of quality craftsmanship. You mean you forged invitations for them? Me? Sure I didn't. Me talents knowing folks with talents of their own. Got them invitations from my friends. Reckon the old lady's a bit dim if they thought no one had noticed she got in there with fake papers. But hey, who is me, a humble person, to doubt a noble lady and her ways of spending money? And that's how you learned how important the ball was for her. So when you heard about the masquerade, you told her about that as well. As you said, she should get in with fake papers, but she was risk getting recognised. Not so much if it's a masked ball, and that's why this information was worth so much to her. Aye, see, it's only a wee jobby, and no natural this bloke forgot all about it, eh? So this means that she could actually be in deep trouble. Incredible. Carmosa ordered a forgery, this could be my chance. Oi, lassie, you even listening? Can I go now? A man can only handle so many stressful events in one day, you realise? This could be my leverage. What? Oh yes, you can do whatever you wish. You already helped me a lot. Oh, Carmosa, your secrets really are your greatest weakness. Can you imagine? And Carmosa withheld that minor detail from all of us. Who would have thought our friend was such an able business person? He sure gets around. Hi, Scruff. Oh yes, let's concentrate on the aptitude of the unimportant guy. The big problem in potential scans is not going anywhere anyhow. I'm sorry, Cinders, it's just a big surprise to me. As well as information of some consequence. He is just a vagabond, you see, and everyone recognises him as one. And I have hired him on numerous times, always for some minor and menial tasks, and yet here he is. A sparkling potential criminal mastermind. Who would have... Tobias, concentrate. What is the subject of this conversation? No, but I don't like saying hi until people say hi. Because, you know, if you want to lurk, you are free to lurk without any consequence. Not quite what I mean, but you know what I mean. You know. So, hello. And yes, Twitch has been an absolute pitter. Absolute pitter. And I've got the hiccups. So yes. But yeah, I think we'll finish this day and then save and call it, because we've gone past when we said we would. And yes, Twitch is working, but all that means is that I might be able to raid someone if someone's up. So, yes. Or, unless Scruff, you're thinking of starting earlier? I'm not going to be able to hold on till 11, but, you know, if you wanted to start sooner, I could wait and raid. Tobias, concentrate. What is the subject of the conversation? Well, this is hard. Not him then? Very good. See, you can do it if you try hard enough. Alright, back to the main point. What do you want to do with this newly acquired information? I have no idea yet. Do you think this could get Carmosa into prison? Oh. You've got probably about 10 minutes of story at least. So you've got time to get some toast. Prison. Is that what you want? I'm not sure yet. I'm just weighing my options. Well, in that case, I could definitely be used against her, but would it suffice? I'm not so sure. Do you think I should try and get her arrested? Ooh. Definitely a twist on the Cinderella story. You should be the one to make this decision, just as it will be you to experience its consequences. Would you succeed? What would happen to the house if you did? Those are just some of the factors you should take into consideration. Take your time to think it over. That actually sounds very wise, and not entirely unhelpful. Thank you. I guess I'll go for a walk around the city and think about it. Sounds like an idea for a present afternoon. Would you care for some company? Oh, but you just said I should be alone thinking. I did. Damn my wisdom. I should have kept my mouth shut. I could enjoy your company a bit longer then. But I agree with your advice. I do think I need some time alone to figure out what my life should be about. Please don't get mad. Take all the time you need. I'll be here if you need me or if you simply feel like talking. Just remember, you don't have to be alone anymore. Thank you. It's new to me. I think there's one time I just want to be alone for a little while and think. But I appreciate what you said a lot. I meant it. I'll be waiting here when you get back. Now I just go and take the most discussed walk this year. I'll just stay here and rest you. Thank you, Tobias. See you soon, my wise man. Yeah, let's just get Carmosa arrested, marry Tobias, sorted. No silly pumpkins, no shoes. It's astonishing what a simple walk can do to one's spirits. I'm going to miss the freedom to do something, and above all else, it's going to be the freedom to wander about whenever I please. When I walk with no specific goal, no destination, I can just switch off and observe my thoughts, jumping into their little drawers with each step. When I'm walking with no specific purpose and no destination, I'm like, oh, why on earth am I going for a walk? I should really try and get for a walk tomorrow, though. Been out, aside to the bins, which is not terribly interesting, since Saturday. No, last Friday. Ooh. Should probably go outside. Strolling through the markets has its moments too. I saw the most gorgeous shoes. Not that I can ever afford them, they were crazily expensive. I get that they were imported from the eastern lands, but at that price they should be made of diamonds and dragon skin. Who buys something like that? I mean, I know I would if I could, but that's beside the point, right? Forget about it. No reason to dwell on such things. I still haven't decided what to do with my newly gained knowledge. Everything about this business screams that I should use it as leverage, but I don't know how. Not yet. At least it gives me some space, some secure distance from Carmosa, knowing that I know about one of her precious secrets. What was with that necklace or whatever it was we paid like 200 gold for? It's almost sunset. I should be getting back home. So long, Freedom. It was a pleasure. Hope to see you soon. Maybe you could come and visit sometime. Or at least write. Back to the same old. This feels almost like coming back to prison and out of my own will. After 2 such wonderful days of freedom, it's depressing to know I need to go back to my ordinary life. There, out in the real world, I can meet amazing people, have actual friends. Here, I'm trapped between Carmosa's plots and her poor daughter's bitterness. Sometimes I wonder, what if I were to vanish into the woods? Would anyone notice? Or care? Maybe that's the answer, getting lost in the wilderness, befriending an uncivilized but noble tribe of rather short miners, becoming their princess. That's a different fairy tale, you're not Snow White. And spending the rest of my days being adored, praised, and, get a grip on yourself, Cinders. At least I learned some really interesting things today. Interesting and possibly dangerous for Carmosa. Maybe it's going to be my wild card in this game. Sometimes I wonder if all families are like mine. Broken, conflicted, utterly unpleasant, or is it just an ability thing? I'm really tired. It's time to go to bed. And tomorrow morning, I can't wait. It will be a bliss. Meanwhile, at the palace. You have summoned me, my prince. That I did. You must be wondering why I wanted to see you at this hour. Surely you have guessed it must be about something important. I will have to ask you to make an important decision, and I will not be expecting you to give me your answer right away. My lord, let me explain, Perrault. As you know, we live in a time of transition, and my father's death changed many things. Being so close to our family, you are aware that the old king spent most of his days trying to compromise between extremes, a balance between order and freedom, with little success. Despite his best wishes, all his life he remained an autocrat. That is why it has been my wish, my vision, to change the kingdom in such a way as to eliminate the need to compromise between freedom and order altogether. In other words, Perrault, I want reforms, but I am sure you know this. I do, my lord. I do, my prince. I have known you long enough to be able to learn about the qualities of your character. I want to give the people a constitution, Perrault. I don't want them to be subjects. I want them to be citizens. It's fairly noble. I see. This will not make you more popular among the nobles, sire. If that's even possible. You're not a king yet, my lord, and there's some unrest among the nobles. I wouldn't announce your plans just yet. They make you an easy target. Yes, they do. That's exactly why I need your protection. You already have it. You know I'd give my life serving the crown. I am your sword and shield, my lord. Yes, my friend. I know that, but these are a different kind of enemies I'm going to face during my reign. I'll be giving people more freedom, but that means taking some of that old precious order. The nobles won't stand for it. They will want my head. They wouldn't dare. Of course not. They have to give me a reason to ask for their heads. They will not do anything openly. Do you understand now what I speak of, Perrault? So you want me to spy for you? It is a new battlefield, Captain. The theatre of war of our times. The crown needs you to be our champion. Champion? It is an honourable war. It isn't an honourable war. It's a war of lies. It is a war of discretion and intelligence. Qualities I know you possess in abundance, not to mention loyalty. Forgive me, my lord. I don't want to come across as naive. I am simply not accustomed to all of the subtleties of ruling. I am surprised. What would you require me of in this new service? You would have to spend more time at the court, that much is certain. Keep your eyes and ears open, and of course socialise, and much more. You would have to trade those blades of yours for our exquisite white gold cutlery, I'm afraid. And maybe do something about these outfits, all those belts. What belts is he wearing? I can see like 5, 6 from like here. I see. This isn't... You don't have to decide right away. Also, you do have a choice. I'm not a tyrant, after all. Should you choose to distance yourself from this lovely mess I am planning for the realm, you can leave your current service with honour and retire. Your patrolling duty is purely ceremonial nowadays, and the guards have their officers. As it is, your position at the court is a matter of empty traditionalism, nothing more. You would send me away? To where? Oh, I'm certain there's some picturesque and lucrative strip of royal land left that I can make you a count of. How about Middle Hollow? Such a quaint little place. That's simple. This is very surprising. It's strange. It's a strange thing to learn that you are not needed. Rubbish, Perrault. The crown needs you. I need you. This is precisely why I'm asking you to make your own decision. If I am to rule, I have to learn to make difficult choices, and this is my first. I'm not ordering you to become the new royal master spy. I'm giving you a choice. Is it really a choice between job and no job? Though I suppose job and title, retirement, comfort. But he wants to do his job that he's got currently. I don't know. Not only because I know that you wouldn't make a good agent serving me against your own will, but because you are my friend, Perrault. Yay! Toast! If that's the case, I reckon I prefer just to be a subject. It will be enough, Captain. Let us not say things you will regret later. Very well, my lord. Will this be all, my prince? Yes, Captain. Give my proposal some thought. I would have your answer within the next few days. Now go. Okay, so we've reached the next day. You have obtained toast, but I don't want to give you indigestion. How much time should I get? How should I start this day? Well, if you're ready to go, then I will do a save. I'm going to see what we've unlocked, because there's some... You get like a thingy, so... We got a candlestick! For rediscovering Camus's forgery, you're awarded with a Candle of Wisdom. Nice. Okay. Cool. I don't know what I don't remember what I got the rose for. It's possibly for making my first choice. So there seems to be 4 endings. And 8 rewards. And I've gotten 3 achievements? Yeah. So... Oh, right. There are 4 different variants of endings. Wow. Grim, Traveller, Independent, and Fairy Tale. Interesting. So, we've got to discover all the endings. So, yeah. Cool. Well, we'll go for an ending on stream then, I guess, if people are interested. It's certainly getting a bit more interesting now. I think it would have probably gotten this far on Christmas Eve if I hadn't fallen asleep. But I think I'll save this for the next story time. And we will end here, and then we will raid Scruff. Now Twitch is back. Oh, but yes, thank you for watching, despite all the difficulties we've had with Twitch. It's been fun, and hopefully you've enjoyed the silly voices, and you know, had a chance to sort of not so much decompress, but you know, switch off a little bit and you know, forget what's going on outside. But yeah, it's been fun. It's a good story. It's starting to get quite intriguing, and I'm interested to see how it's going to go. Team Joe. Awesome. But yes, so if you wouldn't mind sticking around, we're going to raid Scruff, who is playing Pokemon something or other, doing a Dunsparce run through. What's that weird yellow and blue fish? So yeah, so we'll watch that. Be nice to actually catch some of his streams. I always seem to miss them because he does them late, because his sleep is almost as broken as mine is. Well, it's because he works nights, so there we go. But anyway, thank you everyone for watching. Thanks for the new follows. And yeah, thanks for sticking with it. I've been Joe, otherwise known as Angel SK. I'll definitely see you next Tuesday for something new. And I might do something at the weekend if I'm not too tired. We'll have to see. But for now, love you all, and good night.